What is going on, guys? Mr. 486 here, and today I want to take a moment to talk about aim assist. And honestly, this is a big topic in the world of Destiny right now. It's bigger than it should be, but you know what? Let's bring it up and let's talk about it just for a moment. Right off the bat, I want to say that aim assist does not curve bullets at all in any way, shape, and or form. And for anybody that thinks it does, you should go eat a bag of dicks because you're dead wrong. All aim assist really does is it slows down the movement of the reticle as you're strafing over somebody's head. And for those of you who snipe on a daily basis like I do in any and every game, whether it be Destiny, Battlefield, Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront for crying out loud, Halo, or anything like that, you all know what this feeling is, but it's bigger in Destiny than it is in any other. I don't know why it is that is, but it's very obviously noticeable for people that snipe on a daily basis. For those of you that, you know, grab a shotgun and then you just go ham and you're one of those blink shotties and bunch of fucking bitches that everybody hates, and then you just pick up a sniper and expect to hit people from across the map behind cover, that's not gonna happen, guys. It's really not. Like I said, all aim assist does, it slows down the movement of the reticle, and I've got a couple clips here where it shows you that, where I would never have made the shots if it didn't do this. And there has been a lot of controversy as to what helps aim assist, whether it be the stability or the range or God knows what else. In my personal opinion, the scope that you choose for your sniper rifle plays a huge key role into how well your aim assist is going to be, or how many targets you're going to hit, or things like that. Aim assist has nothing if you don't have a good scope that you're comfortable with, because regardless of the amount of aim assist you supposedly have, it means nothing if you don't have the right scope. Now, I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by this aim assist, and honestly, that right there, without it, man, I would never have gotten it, because again, it follows the head. It basically slows down / follows the head of your target, and it's just enough to get the hit off. It's been happening in this week's Trials of Osiris map, the Asylum, and honestly, again, without it, a lot of people would not have been making the shots that I just made. I wouldn't have been able to make the shot I just made. It's just one of those things. Aim assist does not curve bullets to hit people around a corner. When you die behind cover from somebody who's been trying to sit there and snipe you for the longest time, it's not because that they curved a bullet. It's because they pulled the trigger before you turn the corner and it just now reached you. It may have reached you on their screen before you turn the corner, but in all honesty, it's just one of those kinds of things. It's kind of like damage fall off, or bullet drop in Battlefield. It's one of those things that takes time. And again, it's going to take a while in order for the bullet to reach you. Again, they could have pulled the trigger and on their screen you're dead, whereas on your screen you're perfectly fine until you move behind cover. It happens all the time. There's nothing you can really do about it except accept your fate. As a matter of fact, in this match, it happened to me once, maybe twice. I know it happened for guaranteed once, and you'll see it coming up. But again, it's just one of those things that you can't avoid. To get higher speed internet, I don't really know what to tell you, but regardless. And I was listening to an episode of Crucible Radio where a man named John Wazowski, I'm just going to say Wazowski because I can't pronounce his last name, tried to explain the whole, you know, aim assist and the range and the stability and all these other stats of a weapon. And in my understanding, more range to your sniper increases your aim assist. And I'm assuming that's what a lot of people took off of that as well, because that's really what it looked like and that's what it sounded like when he was explaining it. John basically said, and this is honestly kind of common sense, the farther or the more range your sniper rifle has, the farther your bullet is going to go and the more damage it's going to do at a farther range. And again, that's kind of common sense, which is why obviously for those people that run around with shotguns can't kill people on their first blow unless they're using the Conspiracy Theory D, which has the range of a sniper rifle. And this is why some people get shot from around the corner, because if you're sitting there trying to cross map somebody from God knows how far away, like the length of a football field. It's going to take that bullet forever to reach the target. So even though you did go behind cover like I just did, he shot before I went behind cover, and on his screen it technically hit me before I went behind cover. And that's where people always get aim assist confused with just a normal average shot. And if you want to take another gun in, for example, you can look at The Last Word. The Last Word obviously has no range to it because in year one it was one of the most overpowered guns in the game, not only with its hip fire, but the amount of impact it had and the fact that people could still cross map you if they didn't hold down the trigger and they did controlled burst. That is why now it has no range, because they had to reduce either the damage or the range, and people were going to rage quit no matter what. So they took the range out. Now it has to be within a good 10 feet in order for it to do any damage to you whatsoever. So as I'm going to say for the last time, aim assist does not curve bullets. Aim assist doesn't really do much of anything except for following the head at like the littlest bit. It follows the head of your enemies, and it's honestly not enough to make them want to nerf snipers, because honestly it doesn't happen very often. Most of the time when you're actually getting a headshot off on somebody, it's pure skill. And again, the scope has a lot to do with it, where the reticle sits directly in between the dude's eyes or on their forehead or even in their mouth. That's what makes the biggest difference in my opinion. When it came to using and or picking a sniper rifle, I couldn't use the Defiance of Yasmin simply because it just bloody sucked. Now, as for the No Land Beyond, I don't know how people can use that either. I don't like the reticle on that son of a bitch either. It's the stupidest thing ever. It's iron sights, and I just can't hit the broadside of a barn with it. But with the 1,000-yard stare, this thing comes with like 8 or 9 different types of scopes, okay? And they're all low to mid-range, and you can honestly just pick one and have a field day with it, okay? And it's unfortunate that you can't re-roll weapons anymore like you could in year one at the very end of the House of Wolves. Grabbing a Her Benevolence was the most amazing thing ever for me, and the fact that you could just constantly re-roll it and get better perks or even better scopes, it was the best thing ever. I'm kind of upset that Bungie took that out, but they kind of gave it to exotics and made that stupid as fuck. But Bungie's doing a whole lot of shit wrong right now. But this brings me to the end of my video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I will be leaving a link in the description box down below to the Crucible Radio for more information for you guys. I'm Mr. Fool 86, and I will catch you all next time.
Eliminated. That's a shame.